So it still kind of blows my mind that PlayStation actually put on a really good state of play. And it's the second month of the year. Should be a good year then, yeah? Let's talk about it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. And we're here to discuss PlayStation's state of play, their first one of 2026. And let me tell you, it was fantastic. The pacing was great. The games were great. There were a lot of games. We're not going to go over everything here in this video today. We're going to go over a good bit of them. I think by my count, there was something like 31 games, I think, in total. Not all new games now. Some things we've seen before, and then a lot of things that are new. But there are a couple highlights that I kind of just want to get through before we even talk about everything in totality. But yeah, they gave us a lot of games that are going to come out in 2026, which is awesome. I mean, usually when you get these big showcases, they show games coming off in the near future, things off in the far future, and you know how that goes. But this time for the showcase, or rather state of play, nomenclature down perfectly because those are two separate things, especially in the PlayStation camp. But for this state of play, they showed a lot of things coming out in 2026, so that's super exciting. And then yeah, even the biggest part for me, which we'll get into in a second and more depth, is the Konami block. I made the complaint out loud when I did the Xbox Developer Direct that I wish PlayStation would do anything kind of like that. And no, let's be real, the Konami part was nowhere near as boutique-ish and handcrafted as any of the Xbox Directs, Developer Directs are, but it was a step in the right direction. And Sony, PlayStation, if you guys are listening, to anyone out there, me in particular, do that. That's how you do it. Keep it up. Again, we won't go through everything here. Maybe I'll say every game. Maybe I won't go through every game like in depth, but yeah, sit back, grab a snack, and we're gonna talk about it. So first thing that I want to cover in here, that was about me because I love Metal Gear, was the Konami block and how it started. They kicked off with giving us the first glimpse of Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2 featuring MGS4 and Peace Walker. The gaming gods have shined upon us. The PS3 can be thrown out the window because we have MGS4 on PS5 after all this time. I literally went to my local retro gaming store to buy a PS3 late last year just to play MGS4. When it came out, I had only played it once, or rather when it came out, I didn't own a PS3. My buddy, best friend, my roommate, he had a PS3. I played it on his console, and that's the only time I ever played it. So I'm a huge Metal Gear fan. I love them all. Somewhere between MGS3 for the story and gameplay, and then MGS5 for just the gameplay. Those are my favorites, but I love them all. And so yeah, I was very excited to get the PS3 to play MGS4. I haven't gotten through it, actually, funny enough, and I think I still want to do it before this comes out in the fall. But yeah, no one has to go through the suffering that I did, or if you are suffering on your PS3, you can pack it up and let it go because we got it here. Oh, and Peace Walker as well. I mean, I love Peace Walker. Great on the PSP. I bought Peace Walker, but I didn't own a PSP. But thankfully, my wife, she's a big nerd. She has a couple PSPs, so I played it on hers, and it was fantastic. I also played on the Xbox. They had the Xbox 360 collection, which is backwards compatible on the Xbox One. So I played in those two places. But again, we have it here, so we're good to go. Another note on the collection, though, it wasn't the best at launch. When it came out, it was a little bit rocky. Not the, they kind of phoned it in. I don't know if that's like the best thing to say because they put a lot of extra stuff in there. They're like archival things, right? You've got extra footage, you've got extra like books and text and things like that from all the other Metal Gears, and I think even the NES Metal Gears are in that first collection. But as far as the actual content itself, like with how the game looks and how the game runs, it didn't run the best and it didn't look the best. It looked pretty flat. They didn't really do too much to it. But all that to say, along with MGS Volume 2 collection, they have an update coming out, and I've already tested it at this point of me making this video, and let me tell you, it looks fantastic. It looks better. It's more crisp. It's sharper. You have two settings you can toggle from. You can do the basic one, which is, maybe that's 3. You can do the basic one. You can go 1 up for the res, and you can go even more up for the res. It looks pretty clean, looks pretty good. Obviously, it's not going to be a complete remake, but it looks sharp, it looks nice, it looks smooth. So you have that to look forward to, as well as rather something to hold you off until we get down to the new the new Volume 2. The Volume 2 will be coming out August 27th, 2026. So can't wait. The next big thing, and it's the last thing that they did, their one more thing, is going to be the God of War Trilogy Collection. Now listen, we all love God of War 2018. We all love God of War Ragnarok. They're both fantastic games. But let me tell you, the vindication, the love, the hype that I feel for getting to play God of War 3 again in all its glory. Now, first of all, God of War 3 is already a 10 out of 10. All right, let me just tell you that. You can go play it right now, the God of War remaster or whatever it is. It's already on the PS4. You can play that. Do it if you haven't done it. It's one of the best action games out there. Super fast paced, big boss battles. It starts with a great fight where you're on the back of the Titan. You're climbing up, or you're doing your thing. You're fighting Poseidon. It is beautiful. But they're introducing this new game. It's going to be a remake. So what does that mean? Your guess is as good as mine. It could be RE2 remake status. It could be Final Fantasy VII remake status. Hopefully it's somewhere in between the two, maybe. We don't know. They don't know. It's in early development, so we'll see what we get from that. But, I'm kind of hoping. I like both those remakes, right? RE2 remake and 3 and even 4 and Dead Space and, even Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is materially different from those other things because it's not the same game, if that makes sense. If you've played it, you know what I mean. Yeah, so I guess we'll see. We'll see what they do. But again, TC Carson's back. He's killing it. He's out here doing his thing. Very energetic, very happy. I love that he's got the love still for this character of Kratos. I love Christopher Judge. He did a great job, obviously. But my heart and my soul go out to TC Carson because he's the homie. And, I mean, come on, man. Your boy Kyle out here holding it down. Next up for things that I want to single out is going to be Project Windless. Now, I'm not a big Dynasty Warriors guy. I'm not a big Muso guy. But just seeing this character design, the massive chicken dude looking dope as hell with his armor, it really caught my eye. So I'm definitely going to peep this one when it comes out. Apparently it's based on a book series. I'm not familiar with the book series. I want to look that up, see what's going down with that. But yeah, I mean, I'm sold. You're a big chicken running around, beating people up. I mean, what is not to like? So I'm going to kind of rapid fire here, go through a bunch of games that came out, or rather that they talked about, and I'll dig into some that I want to, and then others maybe I'll just kind of leave it just by mentioning it since they had so many games out there. So they started the show off super strong with Kena 2. We remember Kena Bridge of Spirits from back in the day. I think it was a launch title. So this is going to be Kena Scars of Cosmora. Brought to you again by Ember Labs. And if you remember, Ember Labs is a pretty small developer. They're very new. This will be their second title. They're a bunch of people from Pixar, I believe, or trained in the same guise as Pixar Studios. And they're just animators. They wanted to make a game and tell this story in a way that will be different than their normal medium, which is, non-interactive entertainment. I haven't finished it. I started it, but I am excited to go back. But it's funny because we always say that Toy Story and, all these Pixar movies look like video games, but, now that video games have surpassed them, and Kena is definitely one of those where it looks like how you remember Toy Story looking, but it looks, beyond that in so many different ways. And now this one, not Kena 2, but for my shorthand, I'm gonna call it Kena 2, looks even more amazing. The worlds, the vistas, it's more expanded. You got this big dog mount running around. Looks like they've really put in the work. And that's a thing that we see in video games all the time, right? Assassin's Creed 2, Uncharted 2, all the sequels, they really get to get into what they wanted to put in the first one, give them more time, give them more budget, give them more clarity with the engine, all that stuff like that. So, and I believe this is a Unreal title. I have to double check to make sure. Next up, they went to Ghost of Yotei Legends. Ghost of Yotei Legends will be coming out on March 10th as a free update for anyone who purchased Ghost of Yotei, the proper main game. This is the multiplayer sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, which was a pretty big surprise for everyone when it came out. Usually these, back in the day, you get these pack-in or additive multiplayer games for these big single-player titles, and they aren't that great. But Ghost of Tsushima Legends kind of bucked that trend and made something really good. You had co-op campaign, and then you had the big massive raid at the end that was something similar to like a Destiny or some of these other MMOs that have these big raids. Not like massive, don't, I don't want to get too complicated here, but they did have some pretty cool mechanics where they break the people down and then actually work together. And me and my brother, we have played it, not when it came out, but in recent times. And it's actually kind of difficult. You actually do need multiple people to get through it. So I'll be excited to get to this one and actually be in it when it comes out, because as I said before, I didn't play Legends too much concurrent to its coming out. I kind of caught up with it later, even though I did love the main game, Ghost of Tsushima, and the Iki Island DLC. But I'm obsessed with Ghost of Yotei. I mean, I want to make a big video about Ghost of Yotei and how much I love Atsu, couldn't think of her name, Atsu, and that story, and the Lone Wolf and all this stuff like that. So very excited for that one. Next up, quick hitter, Death Stranding 2 PC got a release date, or is getting a release date, March 19th. That should be exciting. Death Stranding 2 was probably my game of the year last year. I love that game. Speaking of Kojima, it's a fantastic title. If you have not played, you should definitely check it out. Next up, we had another look at Pragmata. Pragmata is Capcom's newest third-person little shooter game, I guess. You're running around, you're an astronaut, you have this cool robot lady on your back. She's hacking people while you're shooting people. It's very cute. She has big hair. It's flowing everywhere. Capcom has the RE engine, which is not the Resident Evil engine for some reason. It's the Reach for the Moon engine, but they love their hair physics. I'm replaying through RE4 right now, and I finally toggled on the strand hair, and Leon's hair is just, it's luscious. And this little girl, so she has the same thing going on, but hers is even bigger, so that's cool. But the demo's out. They showed the demo. I have played the demo. Thumbs up so far. Very excited for that to come out. That's going to be hitting consoles and PC on April the 24th. And then we got another look at RE9. I mean, what do I got to say? I'm very excited. The hype is at a fever pitch. And there was a funny article that came out because Leon's in this game, obviously. And, you know, the Resident Evil series goes back to, I don't know, 1996 or something like that. And they made a point that the ladies of the studio were in charge of making sure that Leon looked appropriately hot. So let that one sink in for you. So you can check out Leon and all his beautiful oldness on February 27th. I'll be there with you. Next up, we do a little more rapid fire here. Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered. Some more old school PS or PlayStation stuff, which is pretty cool. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. I played that demo disc many times. Never played the real game, but it was fun. Something to know, Legacy of Kain is a Amy Hennig joint, the lady who created the Uncharted series. So that's always a cool fact I'd like to think about. Then we had Brigandine Abyss and a little RTS coming out this year as well, 2026. We had Dead or Alive 6 Last Round, 30th anniversary coming out June 25th, 2026. And then they had to tease a new Dead or Alive in the most ridiculous way possible, giving all the, I think the kids call it fan service. So if you're in the Dead or Alive, you have that to look forward to. They showed Control 2 in a more extended way that I did not think was going to happen. And this game looks fantastic. I mean, I'm a big DMC fan, or rather, big DMC 6 fan specifically. And I talked about earlier my love for God of War and its action combat. And that's definitely what this Control 2 video is giving me. This gameplay is kind of showing me that Jesse's brothers run around doing these combos, doing a lot of air juggles, and it looks beautiful. I was surprised they showed so much, but I mean, it still looks even better than the last time they showed it. We got another look at Beasts of Reincarnation. This is the one coming from Game Freak, coming out August 4th, 2026. Yeah, Game Freak, the people that made Pokemon. This looks better than any Pokemon game I've ever seen in my entire life, just so we all know. One thing I will note, I'm a little afraid, is that they were showing some parrying. And as someone who has played a lot of Sekiro, I love Sekiro, it's probably my favorite Souls game. I'm a little afraid that it might be tough, but we'll see. It looks good though. I mean, this trailer was great. Showed off the gameplay really well, and that world looks really exciting with the dog companion and the music and kind of near Stellar Blade vibes. So should be exciting. So there are a few other games they went through. Galactic Racer, Star Wars racing game, gave me some crashes like Burnout vibes. They did some more gameplay footage of First Light 007 coming from IO Interactive. That looks fun. I'm very excited about that. It's giving me some Uncharted vibes. And then at this point, that's when we got to the Konami block. Now, I've already described the big thing from the Konami block that I love, the MGS section, because that's me. I love MGS. They also showed Darwin's Paradox, an octopus game coming out April 2nd, 2026. Some stealth octopus action if you're into that. But more notable from this part was the Castlevania bit. Castlevania Belmont's Curse coming out in 2026. This is an ode to the old OG side scroller, hand drawn Castlevania games. Thanks Symphony Night, all those other good things. I'm not the biggest Castlevania fan. I've always wanted to get into the series, but it's been a little bit intimidating. So I think I'm going to use this as my first jumping on point because art style looks really good. So I'm very excited about that. So yeah, Castlevania Belmont's Curse. So Belmont's Curse is going to be in partnership with Konami and also Motion Twin. And Motion Twin obviously did Dead Cells, and they did that great Castlevania DLC within Dead Cells. So I think it's a perfect pairing that's going to actually really make a very, very good return to form, hopefully, for Castlevania. Next up, we have Silent Hill Townfall coming in 2026. This looks to be maybe Silent Hill's version of RE7. You know, we had Silent Hill 2 remake, which was, you know, RE2 remake, and then they had Silent Hill F, which is kind of their new offshoot, whatever they wanted to do, just within the same world. And then now we have this one, which again is going to be something a little bit different, but still within that same range. So yeah, I mean, Konami's cooking with Silent Hill so far. I mean, those two games got a lot of good reviews, and hopefully this one can kind of live up to that as well. It's got me peaked, my interest peaked. So after the Konami block ended, and you know, I was kind of good to go, we kept it moving again. We got John Wick coming from Saber Interactive. No date yet, just a really cool trailer with Keanu Reeves kicking some ass out here, and it looks good. I do want to make a video about video game movies copying John Wick the movies. Those movies are just so good. They're pure, they're action, they know what they're doing, they're straight to the point. Keanu Reeves has talked about, you know, having less dialogue for the main character, John Wick, as the movies go along, because he's kind of just this guy just being pushed forward on this one mission, this one concern, and he has no care about anything else. It kind of reminds me a lot of the Doom games. If you ever played Doom 2016 and then Doom Eternal and then Doom the Dark Ages, all fantastic games, by the way, but that first one, 2016, really opens up showing how much the Doom Slayer is like, nah, I don't care about what's happening here, I just want to do what I'm going to do, and you can't stop me. And that's kind of how I see John Wick. So it's been in my head, and now to see this game, haven't really seen it, to be honest, but hopefully this game can kind of take some of those teachings that the movie does so well in relation to games, but then turn that back on its head and endow all that into the game. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Then they show some more footage of Marathon. That's getting closer and closer. I'm getting more excited. I, like everyone else, was kind of trepidatious at first, but after playing some Arc Raiders, I'm more excited about the opportunity or the prospect of being able to play a first-person, more action-oriented version of the extraction shooter that everyone's, you know, raving about. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. The game launches on March 5th. So there'll be a server slam right before the launch. It's going to go from February 26th all the way up until March 2nd. The game launches on the 5th. So they're just going to test it all out, make sure everything goes. And it's from my understanding that should be free to everyone. So yeah, I mean, we're going to get one chance, last chance to look at Marathon pretty soon. We'll see how it goes. Very exciting stuff. Then they showed some more Soros. That's looking really good with your boy Rahul Kohli out here. They just showed more combat gameplay. I mean, that game is very combat oriented, and I cannot wait to run through, blow some stuff up, dodge some big crazy bullets. It's just a beautiful game. It's fantastic. I love Returnal. Returnal is one of my favorite games, and yeah, I'm excited to get back to that gameplay. And then we had a great spot from Marvel Tokon. Storm came in. She was doing her Storm thing, giving a really cool speech and introducing the Unbreakable X-Men. They showed a team up with Storm, Magic, Wolverine, a couple other characters representing the X-Men folks out there. And that looked really good. Marvel Tokon is going to be coming out August 6th, 2026. And then, of course, after all that, in the show, they did the One More Thing with the God of War and TC Carson. And yeah, I mean, exciting stuff indeed. So yeah, I mean, this was a great state of play. Very packed, very big. I mean, I can't remember the last time they had so many games just back to back to back to back to back. The pacing was good. The presentation was good. They didn't stay too long on anything specifically. I think the longest thing was maybe the Konami block, like one kind of collection of things, but even within that, they kind of kept going 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I mean, they killed this. It's not a bad time to be a PlayStation gamer, a gamer in general, PC gamer, whatever have you. The games are coming from every which way, and this is a very exciting showing if you're into any of these things. I mean, it's a big a big smattering. So there's got to be something in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe all of them. You know what I mean? That you might be interested in. I want more of this. I want more of these showcases, these state of plays. It's kind of feels a little greedy to ask for it already. I mean, you get this smorgasbord of things, and you're just like, yeah, give me more, give me more. Now let's be honest here. Most of these things are 2026, like I said, but things are going to get pushed. I mean, that's just how it goes. So hopefully more than not can make their dates, especially things coming out towards the end of the year with GTA 6 looming like the big albatross that this is. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, they killed it. We'll see what's going to happen for the next showcase. But thanks for coming by. Thanks for listening to me yap for a little bit. Tell me what you thought. Would you think this was a great showcase? Did you think the games shown were something of your liking? What was your favorite thing shown? What are you excited about? Do you have time to play all these games? Because I don't. I want to, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very difficult, but I'm going to try my best. But yeah, let me know what you're playing. Let me know what you're up to out there. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button, give us a follow, all those good things. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.